Kathy here, and I have a story I want to tell you. And I'll explain why when we get to the end. Kind of. I guess you could say my medical history started way back when. I've talked about how I've had random dizzy spells, back in the day. And so there's one that definitely stands out in my mind. I was still living with my parents at the time. My bedroom was down in the basement, but I would need to go upstairs, of course, to the kitchen to eat. So I'd come upstairs one morning, I started getting down what I needed for a bowl of cereal, and I just felt awful to the point I had to sit down. So I just left my cereal stuff out and sat at the kitchen table. And I remember saying, I don't feel well. I need to sit. And that's all I remember. Thankfully, my mother was just getting ready to leave, but was still there. And before she walked away, because she had heard me say something and turned to look, she noticed when I sat down that I just kind of slumped over. And she took a closer look, and my glasses were just kind of cockeyed on my face the way my head tilted. But then she started to notice that my lips were turning blue. So that's when she jumped into action, came over, she lifted my head, and she said I took this big gasp of air. And then what I remember is at some point I came to, and my mom is standing next to me with my head just leaned against her stomach, and she's just holding my head up. And it was then afterwards, when I kind of got my wits about me a little bit more, she had told me how she had seen my lips turning blue because the way my head fell, it cut off my air supply. And so it's one of those things that I try not to think too hard about what would have happened if I had gotten up even 5 minutes later and my mom had already been out of the door and this happened, or if she hadn't taken the moment to look back and had just walked straight out of the house. That's not how it happened, so we don't dwell on that. But it's easy to think that she might have come home to my lifeless body just slumped over on at her kitchen table that had been there for 4 hours. And so again, moving forward with that, we decided after I kind of well, we got me to the couch and I rested for a bit, but we decided, okay, let's go out to the emergency room, just get checked out. And side note, but something I still kind of laugh about today is, of course, I did not have a bra on because I had been just gotten up for the day, right? And so I insisted to my mother to go get me a bra so I could wear a bra because we were going out in public, even though it's just the ER. And she's like, no, no, they're used to seeing everything. You don't need to worry about that. But I was just insistent. I wanted to wear a bra. And so we get to the emergency room. They hook me up to an EKG to check my heart since I said, I had blacked out and everything. And as the lady was hooking up all the little wires to my left side, she made the comment about me wearing a bra. She's like, you wouldn't believe some people come in here without wearing one. And I remember just kind of looking at my mom and giving her that I told you so look. That's a fun side note. But anyway, all things considered, they go out and do the EKG, they look at the results, they come back and they say, well, you look good. Have a great day. And we're like, really? That's it? I mean, I just passed out and I turned blue and my head fell the wrong way and all of this. And I'm like, yep, just drink more water. And sure enough, to this day, I still have the carbon copy of the notes from that visit. And in the notes, it says, patient has been recommended to drink more water. It was kind of just a bummer in the moment. But when I got the bill later, it really hit hard. $1,300. Yes, $1,300 for that visit. And I was told to drink more water. Can you see where my frustration sometimes lies? So I'm in, oh goodness, it's within the last 10 years. So for sure, I really started looking into different things 7 years ago, trying to find answers to all sorts of health issues that have come up since I got sick overseas. And I keep coming back to that. Is this just going to be $1,300 to be told to drink more water? That's where my mind always goes anytime I go into something else. So, reason I bring up this story is because it is my background. It is my foundation to everything. And where I'm kind of headed with these videos next actually deals with this little guy right here. I just got this yesterday. It's on for 4 weeks, and I'll be telling you what's going on now. And again, it's going to fall back on that. Is this just another $1,300 to find out I need to drink more water?